Imagine this. You sign up for a psychology study, expecting a few simple tests, maybe a questionnaire or a bit of role-playing. No big deal, right? But within days, your name is gone. You're just a number. Your clothes, replaced by a shapeless smock. Your dignity, stripped away. You're no longer a person, just an experiment. Sounds like a dystopian nightmare, doesn't it? But this actually happened. This is the Stanford prison experiment, one of the most infamous psychological studies of all time. And the scariest part? It didn't take place in some dark, twisted movie plot. It was real. Ordinary college students, just like you and me, walked in as themselves. And within days, they became something else entirely. Today, we're diving deep into what went wrong, why it matters, and what it reveals about human nature. Buckle up. This one gets dark. In 1971, psychologist Philip Zimbardo set out to answer a simple yet terrifying question. What happens when you take ordinary people and throw them into a system where power is completely unbalanced? He gathered 24 male college students, randomly assigning them to be either prisoners or guards. Then, he transformed the basement of Stanford University's psychology building into a makeshift prison. Guards got uniforms, sunglasses, and total control. Prisoners, they were stripped of their identities and forced to obey. And here's where things took a turn. Within just 2 days, the guards, who were just regular guys a few days earlier, started abusing their power. They taunted prisoners, deprived them of sleep, and forced them into humiliating tasks. Cleaning toilets with bare hands, that was just the beginning. Day by day, things got worse. The guards became more sadistic. The prisoners, who initially resisted, started to break down. Some had emotional breakdowns, others completely detached from reality. And the scariest part? The man running the study, Dr. Zimbardo himself, got so caught up in his role as prison warden that he let it happen. By day 6, the experiment had spiraled so far out of control that an outsider, a psychologist named Christina Maslach, had to step in and say, "This needs to stop. Now." Think about that. A study designed to last 2 weeks had to be shut down in less than one. What exactly happened inside that basement? Let's take a closer look at both sides. The prisoners, at first they resisted. Some laughed off their arrest. But the constant harassment, lack of sleep, and dehumanization quickly took a toll. On just day 2, a prisoner had a full-blown breakdown and had to be released. Others became completely submissive, following orders without question, even orders that were cruel or degrading. The guards. Not all of them were extreme, but some took their roles terrifyingly seriously. They devised punishments, forced prisoners into painful stress positions, and even denied them basic needs. And the most frightening part? None of them were forced to do this. It wasn't about following orders. It was about what people are capable of when put in the right or wrong conditions. This wasn't just about a few bad guards or some unlucky prisoners. This was about human nature. What happens when power is unchecked? What happens when ordinary people are put in extreme situations? Here's what we learned. Roles can change you. The guards weren't bad guys going in, but give someone power without accountability, it changes them. Situations shape behavior. We love to think we'd always do the right thing, but under pressure, when the system pushes us a certain way, even the best of us can crack. Moral blind spots. The guards convinced themselves that their actions weren't that bad. It's easy to justify things when everyone around you is doing the same. And here's the real question. If a fake prison could turn regular college students into tyrants or victims in just 6 days, what's happening in the environments we live in every day? After the experiment, the psychological community was shaken. Questions arose. Was this even ethical? Should Zimbardo have stepped in sooner? Could the entire thing have been avoided? Zimbardo defended his work, claiming it exposed uncomfortable truths about human behavior. But others argued that no study should come at the expense of people's well-being. And today, the Stanford prison experiment stands as a cautionary tale, both for what it revealed and for the ethical lines it crossed. Some even question its validity. Were the guards influenced by expectations? Did Zimbardo unconsciously push them to act more extreme? Regardless of the debate, one thing is clear. This experiment left a mark on psychology forever. If you take one thing away from this, let it be this. Your environment matters. The people you surround yourself with matter. The roles you step into matter. So, be intentional. Choose spaces that bring out the best in you, not the worst. Surround yourself with people who challenge you to be better, not ones who pull you down. Because at the end of the day, power doesn't make a person good or bad. It just reveals who they really are.